Another symbol we can use to specify is the dollar symbol. If we go back to Word, take a look here and refresh, we can see that it's not happy with that either because it hasn't found word at the end. What this dollar symbol means, very similar to the other symbol we just looked at, is that it's looking for this string right at the end of the string, and hasn't found it because it's also found there's an S in the way, which means it's not locked right onto the end. If we added the S there, saved, we could go back and we'd find that the regular expression was found. If we use both together, then we'll find that, go back and refresh, it's not happy with it. The reason for that is it wants to find words in the entirety of the string. What it means to use both of them together is it locks this side to the beginning, that side to the end, so the only string it's going to be happy with is finding that exact match, and then it's going to say it found it. So there are two characters that the regular expression system uses to limit a certain pattern to the beginnings or ends. The curly to specify a number of times that a character or set of characters is to be found. Say in this example the number there is 3, and it's going to look back at the character that came just before and it's going to say, do we find 3 instances of Z one after another? So this sentence here, if we check that, it'll test true. It found the regular expression. However, if we take away a Z, it's not going to be happy with it because it wanted exactly 3 instances of Z. If we, for instance, however, we put a comma after the 3, then it's going to be happy with a minimum of 3, but however many we want. So this would test true. If we put between 3 and 5, then what it's looking for is a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 5 Zs. Let's take a slightly more complex example. And we're going to test this time for the evil laughter, represented by MUW A, and then as many HAs as we want for good measure. A minimum of 2. Now let's take a look at the way this works. This looks a little bit complicated. But what we're saying is we want to see this part of the regular expression somewhere in the string, immediately followed by these 2 letters, and we've put them inside the normal brackets, and what that does is that it means that this part of the expression, which is the counting part, will come straight afterwards, and it will know that it's dealing with both these letters H and A, rather than, if we didn't use these rounded brackets, it would just simply be looking for 2 or more instances of A following H. What we're looking for is 2 or more instances of HA. And let's put that within our and we'll take a look and see it has found our expression because we had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and because we put the comma after the 2, it's looking for any number as long as it's more than 2 of HA straight after MUWA. There are short forms of the certain forms of this, of the numeric checking. We can use plus, and what this will mean is it's going to look for one instance of HA, or we can use the multiply sign, and that will mean that it's looking for 0 or more instances of HA. So it'll be quite happy in that case with simply that. However, if we use the plus sign, it's going to be a little more stringent, and it's going to want one or more instances of HA. So when we go back here, it's not going to be happy with it. As we can see from this movie, the symbols that we're used to using within PHP mean something quite different within regular expressions. We're going to take a look at a few more examples of the syntax of regular expressions in our next movie.